Hello everyone, this is Blackadder at Blackadder's Place, and today with the second arena run with draft pick explanation and the forthcoming explanation of the picks in my place. And first I played Druid today, so I think I'm gonna take a Shaman for a change. And let's look at the cards. Alright, out of these, Murloc pretty much no-go. And I like the Light Warden. It's especially fun if you get up the healing totem. It can turn into a real monster. If you, for example, have like 3-4 minions there that get healed, it's gonna get pretty out of hand very soon. Well, out of these, Magma Rager, no. Wind Fury can be potentially a win condition there. Paracolite of Pain is very nice for card draw. At this point, I'm gonna prefer the card draw here. Well, this is kind of a shame, because Fire Elemental is a staple, so I'm gonna take that. But Rockbiter Weapon is a very good utility spell for Shaman in the arena, but Fire Elemental is basically the make or break minion for the Shaman deck. Out of these, Stormwind Champion is a very decent late board, especially for Shaman, where you can put up various totems and such, so that seems like a decent choice. Here it's probably gonna be Unbound Elemental, because there's usually a lot of synergy in the overloads, so that's a good pick. And here is why. Even though I kinda like to pick Sludge Belcher, Lightning Storm shouldn't be really discarded all that much, because it's basically the only card board removal for the Shaman, and you don't get to pick rares all that often. Out of these, even though Bloodseal Raider seems nice, I'm gonna pick the Wargren Infiltrator, because thanks to the stealth, it's basically guaranteed to deal the 2 damage, therefore trades very nicely with 2 drops, and it's a 1 mana play, so potential first turn. Out of these, it's again Fire Elemental. And here, what's it gonna be? Since we don't have any 2-drop yet, I think I'm gonna take the Bloodfen Raptor. Spiteful Smith wouldn't be the worst choice. He's a decent body on the board for 6, and in case you get offered some weapons, you can make some use of the enragement. But I don't have 2 drops, so it's Bloodfen. Interesting. Out of these, on the first side, it's gonna be Azure Drake, because of the spell damage +1. That's always useful in Shaman decks. For example, for the Lightning Storm or Lightning Bolt or pretty much whatever. And the card draw is a nice bonus there. Well, here's the Stoneforge axe I was just talking about earlier. So that's an interesting choice here. But at the same time, these two aren't bad either. Oasis Snapjaw is decent, because you usually use it to deal with something that has 2 health and it survives multiple attacks, so that's nice in that regard. But Frostful Warlord has some nice synergy with the totems and such, and I like it more than the axe actually. Out of these, Stormwind Champion, as I said, is decent, but I need to look for the curve here a bit, and Loot Hoarder is a better card there because of the card draw. Now, hello, we get offered a Lightning Storm, so that's a clear pick here. And they keep pushing the Stormwind Champion. Out of these options, that's obviously the best card, so that's gonna be picked. At this point, Goldshire Footman, that's not really a card you want to pick, because it's a very limited value. And Windspeaker, it's a 4-drop minion. The Wind Fury can really help you if you have something strong on the board like Fire Elemental or the Stormwind Champion, but I'm really looking at the Forked Lightning here, because I have kind of a weaker early game right now, and that will help a lot. Even though the overload is not all that great, and it's actually kind of a strong downside at the early place, the 2 damage to 2 minions is often what it takes at the early board to clean it up. Out of these, I like Earthending Farseer the most. because it has some decent effect. Restore 3 health is very nice. Some kind of synergy with the Light Warden if needed. So yeah, that's it. And here, well, it's gonna be Amani or Haunted Creeper, and I think I like Haunted Creeper more because of the death rattle. I don't really have a way to ping the Amani Berserker to make him 5 attack, so that's gonna be fine. This is a pretty nice pick, and all these cards are nice. I haven't been offered Earthshock yet, so I'm kinda tempted on the Ironbeak Owl for the silencing. Boulderfist Ogre is a very good late game, but I already have Frostwolf Warlord that's gonna be at least 5-5, probably 6-6. 2 Firementals and 2 Stormwind Champions, so I'm not all too pressured into the late game. So I'm gonna pass, even though he's a very good card and you basically won't make a mistake by picking him. Batfen Raptor is a very good 2-drop. 3-2, that's basically what 2 drops you want, 3-2. 1, 2, 3. Potentially I have some totems there. I'm gonna take the Ironbeak Owl for the silence, in case I don't get offered any Earthshock. Here, well, I don't have any 4-drops here. So I'm kinda looking at the Dragonly mechanic, because the battle cry is very nice, and it would be kind of cool played before the Frostwolf Warlord. Nerubar Weplord is not all that bad, it's a decent 2-drop because of the 4 health, which means that it usually can attack twice at least, but the one is not all that great, so Dragonly mechanic. The Nerubar also has some problems with battle cries in my deck. That would be blocking a lot of minions there. Well, this is interesting. Either I take another Lightning Storm or Ancestral Spirit. I kinda like the Lightning Storm again for the fun of it. Ancestral Spirit would be quite nice to keep some minion alive, like Fire Elemental again, Stormwind again, but Lightning Storm is gonna be fun. 3 Lightning Storms there. That's really funny. Out of these, I'm gonna be picking Fairy Dragon as the 2-drop. Dancing Swords is really nice. For 3 mana for 4 is pretty decent. The Death Rattle is not all that bad, and in Arena it has its value, but at this moment I'm looking for a good 2-drop, and Fairy Dragon is one of the best, because it can't be targeted by spells or powers. Well, Murloc, no, thank you, South Sea Captain. Useless, because I don't have any parrots, so I'm forced to ban a Mountain Giant, but at the same time I kinda want to play him. He is a very nice late drop. As a Shaman, I might have a situation where I have a handful of cards, so he might do fine. Out of these, I'm gonna take another Frostwolf Warlord for synergy, and I'm kinda full on the late games. And here's a Earthshock, and that's definitely taker. That's a very key card for Shaman, and I shouldn't pass on that. Out of these, I'm really looking at the Cobalt Geomancer for the obvious synergy with Lightning Storm. Yeah, that's obviously the correct play here. I have Bloodfen Raptor already, decent 2-drops, don't need another 1-drop, so Cobalt Geomancer for the Lightning Storm. Out of these, that's gonna be Mind Control deck, because of the special ability that usually makes quite fun out of decks that happen to run a lot of minions against you, even though with 3 Lightning Storms I shouldn't be running too many of those against, but yeah, it's a useful utility card. Oh, this is a shame. All these 3 cards are great. Lava Burst could be a very nice finisher or basically hard removal. But at the same time, Feroz Spirit is very nice for putting up 2 taunts, and Malatai Totem, well, that's basically the weakest card here, I think. Even though it's good, I think it's weakest, and well, this is a tough pick. I want both Feroz Spirit and Lava Burst, but I'm gonna take the Feroz Spirit because I don't have any taunters in my deck, so that's gonna be it. Well, talking about taunters, I think I'm gonna take Ancestral Healing. Dust Devil is just a joke with 1 damage, with 1 health, and I don't really need any late games. I already have full 6-7 late games, so no need for that. So Ancestral Healing for some fun, even though it's not great, it's fun. Out of these, as I've said, No need for any late game like that, so... no Gorehound, but Spiteful Smith is still a decent body here. But I already have 6, 7... I have 7 late drops, so I'm not really keen on that, so that's gonna be Leper Gnome for the early game. And, well, I get off for the Lava Burst again, and out of these 5 mana, I expect I don't want that. Angry Chicken is a joke. Lava Burst it is. Actually, this deck seems pretty awesome, to be honest. 3 Lightning Storms, very good late game, nice early game. Man, this could be really good. I do expect at least 7 wins with this. This could be really fun.